When my husband and his ex-wife were having sex, they asked Olivia Hunter, our 6-year-old daughter, to go buy condoms for them. On her way back from buying the condoms, Olivia was kidnapped and harmed by a pervert. When I received the police call and arrived, Olivia was still clutching the condoms tightly. With her last bit of strength, she innocently said to me, "Mom, that man robbed what Dad told me to buy, and I didn't let him take it away. Dad will definitely praise me for being obedient." Part 2. When I looked up, I met the angry eyes of Derek. He gritted his teeth and asked, "Karen, who is Olivia's father? Who is her father?" Now I know why she was afraid when she saw me. She has no manners at all. It turns out that she is not my child. Don't you claim to love me so much, Karen? It's really disgusting. How can you let me raise that bitch for so many years for someone else? I widened my eyes, unable to believe that Derek could say such things. Derek, what nonsense are you talking about? Do you know Olivia will be saddened by your words? I have evidence. What evidence? I interrupted Derek loudly. Show me. If it's true, I'll run myself over. Derek froze for a moment and looked back. I didn't realize that Mia was also there, being protected by several big bodyguards. When I saw Mia, I said with sarcasm, "Does she tell you that? No wonder you believed it." Mia smiled gently at me and said, "I did it for Derek's sake. After all, Olivia doesn't really look like a child of the Hunter family." When I was with Derek, I found that the children of his family were all well-mannered, but Olivia doesn't look like Derek, and she even steals things. As soon as Mia finished speaking, Derek impatiently pushed me away and kicked open every door, shouting Olivia's name. Unable to find his daughter, Derek angrily returned to me and slapped me in the face, saying, "Where did you hide her? Are you feeling guilty?" I held the urn tightly, not wanting Olivia to be frightened. Mia held Derek's arm and coquettishly said, "Derek, don't worry. If we can't find Olivia, let her return the things first. Olivia is only that young and she's stealing. I don't know how she was raised." Her words instantly made me furious. I pointed at Mia's nose and said, "What nonsense are you talking about? How dare you insult a child? Are you even a human being?" As soon as my words fell, Derek slapped me and warned me, "If you say such cruel words again, I won't mind sewing up your mouth. I advise you to obediently hand over the things that the child stole. Otherwise I will search for them myself." A strong sense of resentment rose in my heart, for Olivia, and for myself. "Derek, don't you even trust your own daughter?" I expected Derek to stand on Olivia's side for once. Unexpectedly, Derek coldly said, "She may not even be my daughter." Reality really slapped me hard. Derek was firm in his attitude. While we were arguing, Mia pretended to be gentle and persuaded. "Derek, don't say such harsh words. I was wrong. Olivia didn't steal. Maybe she just thought my thing looked good and wanted to play with it." "Mia, don't speak up for that bitch. How can she take away what she likes? Who taught her to do this? If we don't educate her now, other people will teach her a lesson in the future." The word bitch was like a branding iron. Every time Derek said it, it burned my heart. It hurt so much. If Olivia heard it, she would be very sad. "Derek, Olivia doesn't need your education, and you don't even have the chance anymore. Immediately take this bitch out of my house." Before I could finish, Derek slapped me hard with a dark face. "Karen, were you not taught by your mother? If you continue to be so viciously, I will sew your mouth shut. And also, hand over the things. That is Mia's grandmother's heirloom and Mia treasures it like her life. Don't indulge the child. If you indulge her in stealing now, will you also indulge her in harming others in the future?" I retorted loudly, "Do you have any evidence to accuse Olivia of stealing? Moreover, why do you just realize such a precious thing is missing now? I don't think she really treasures it. It's not certain whether it's lost or not." "Derek, do you believe everything Mia says? Do you have your own mind? Stop making baseless arguments. Mia said that only Olivia touched her bag. I won't waste time talking to you. Hand over Olivia and I will interrogate her myself." I sneered, "Then go to hell and you will find her." At this moment Mia's eyes were filled with tears, and she humbly pleaded with me, "Karen, please return it to me. It's really important. I don't mean anything else. Olivia is still young and can still be properly educated. It will be too late when she grows up. We are also doing it for the good of the child. Please don't mind." These words made me furious. I casually took something and threw it at her. Mia immediately covered where she was hit and said it hurt. Derek worried about Mia. After gently comforting Mia, he turned to look at me fiercely, as if he wished I went to hell. In the next second, he kicked me in the stomach. Seeing that I was still holding onto the box, he became even angrier. He snatched the box away and took a look before raising it high. "Why do you protect this box like a treasure? Since you stole Mia's thing, you won't keep it." As Derek said, he slammed the box heavily on the ground. "No," I wanted to shout, but I could only make a raspy gasping sound. I rushed forward regardless to get the box, but it grazed my hand and fell to the ground, scattering ashes all over the place. This scene made me heartbroken. As my knees went weak, I collapsed on the ground with a thud. I was about to catch it. Derek lifted me up and said word by word with a dark face, "Karen, I will ask you one last time. Think before you answer. Will you give it back? Where is Olivia now? And, is she really my biological child?" I turned a deaf ear and stared at the scattered ashes. "Ah, blood," Mia screamed. I looked down and saw blood where I had just fallen. The sight of the red stain made me tremble. Derek sneered, "Where did the blood come from? Karen, what kind of play are you acting in? Are you using the cheap pigments to fool me?" Having said that, he bent down to pick up the urn, and poured the remaining ashes onto the blood, then crushed them with his foot. I begged Derek in pain and despair, and knelt on the floor to protect it. The deep despair made me involuntarily convulse. "As soon as everything is settled, I will divorce you immediately." Derek wiped his shoes on my back. "It seems that the child is not here. I'll call the school to ask." Saying that, he took my phone and called Olivia's homeroom teacher. "Teacher, I am Olivia Hunter's father. Is Olivia at school? I will come to pick her up now." The person on the other end of the phone was silent for a while, then sighed. "Olivia's father, please accept our condolences. Olivia is a good child and we also feel heartbroken. But once a person dies, she cannot be brought back. Please move on. You have educated Olivia very well. She is well liked by her classmates and teachers at school. We are all reluctant to part with her. When is her funeral? Can we come?" "What nonsense are you talking about? How could I not know if Olivia is dead?" Derek shouted. The teacher said carefully, "4 days ago, she went out shopping and was tortured to death by a pervert. Don't you know?"